Hi everybody, this is Craig Shaman, Athletic Director at Michigan City High School, coming to you socially distanced from one of the 10 largest high school gyms in the nation, our own Wolves Den. I'm here to introduce to you our 2020-2021 Winter Sports Awards video. This is the video compilation that we're putting together in place of an in-person ceremony due to these unprecedented times during the COVID pandemic. So as always, you'll see a little bit from each coach of all of our winter sports as they talk about their seasons and also present to you their two special award winners for the year, their Wolf Award winner and their MVP. You'll hear some highlights from the winter season for each sport, including highlights of a diver we had who made it downstate and represented us at the state finals, amongst other highlights. What I'd like to talk to you about quickly is the highlights that we have on the facilities front for Michigan City High School and our athletic department that are coming up. One of the reasons I'm shooting from here in the Wolves Den is to let you know that by next fall, we are replacing all of the bleachers in this historic gymnasium. Beyond that, you may have noticed already in driving around town that the turf at Ames Field is currently being replaced and renovated. So the football field at Ames Field next year will be completely brand new. Other projects include our baseball and softball diamonds out back, which have been completely redone. We're having a groundbreaking ribbon cutting ceremony for those actually in a couple of weeks. We're proud of those. The track will get redone within the next 12 months as well. We'll have a new resurfaced track and a whole new setup out at our track. And I'm also happy and proud to announce that MCHS Athletics has just been approved for a $75,000 grant by the Healthcare Foundation of LaPorte County, who we can't thank enough. And that money will go to a completely brand new and renovated weight room and fitness center here at the high school. So when our students come back next fall, we'll have a new football field, we'll have new bleachers, new baseball and softball diamonds, and a completely new weight room and fitness center. So those things are huge, and we're really excited about all the facilities happenings that are going on. We consider those one of the highlights of what's been happening this year at Michigan City High School. Before I turn it over to our coaches, I'd like to say thank you to a few people. The first is our coaches. I'd like to thank the entire coaching staff for the hard work and dedication that they showed throughout this winter season. Working with our student athletes is a very important task, and these people put in endless hours of their own time going above and beyond the call of duty to help our kids become the great people that they become. I'd like to thank Deanna Strelinsky, our athletic department secretary, who in essence runs our department and handles everything from transportation to ticket takers and workers to eligibility and just does everything under the sun for us. Let me thank our administration. They're always so supportive. Principal Julie Fergine, our assistant principals, our administration, Dr. McCullum and Dr. Watkins, and countless others throughout the district who lend support in many ways, transportation and facilities and other departments. Let me also thank Roy Richards and Mike Karpinski, our two assistant athletic directors, who they, along with all our game staff, provide great supervision and great support to the department and keep us moving and do a lot of supervision and did a lot of supervision throughout this winter season. A special thanks to Molly and Sarah, our trainers, Molly Perales and Sarah Brinkman. I shouldn't combine them, although they seem like one person combined sometime. They do so much here. So special thanks to Molly and Sarah for all your service throughout the winter season, including state tournament playoff games that you worked. Special thanks to all our parents as well. We could not do this without our parents. And we thank you for lending us your kids. Hopefully we return them to you the same or better than you gave them to us. A huge thanks to the man behind the camera right now, and that's Drew White. Drew does a fantastic job of putting these videos together. Hopefully this is the last one, and we can go back to some in-person awards nights from here on out, but Drew has done spring, fall, and now winter, 3 great videos in a row, and we can't thank Drew enough for these videos and all the service that he provides to our department. And along those lines, I have to send a special shout out and thank you to our incredible broadcast crew. And I consider this actually one of the department highlights for the winter season. We broadcast not just football games in the fall, but also boys basketball games and boys basketball tournament and state playoff games throughout the winter season on pay-per-view internet broadcasts. And Mike Gresham, Aaron Garrett, Drew White, and Mike Megacy did an outstanding job and were just truly a highlight of the winter season. So I can't thank you guys enough for being the MCTV broadcast crew that gained acclaim and showed our school in such a positive and great light through the winter season. So thank you guys. So that's it for me. I'm going to turn it over to our coaches now. Again, you'll hear them run through the sports one by one. Boys basketball, girls basketball, boys swimming and diving, girls swimming and diving, gymnastics, cheer, wrestling. They'll all get their chances to recap their season for you. Hopefully we'll see you out at a ball game or a track or tennis or golf this spring. I thank you for all your support for watching this video. If you ever need anything, please contact us at the Michigan City High School Athletic Department. And remember, as always, go Wolves.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Thomas, and I am co-president of the Michigan City High School Athletic Booster Club. For those of you that are members and supporters, we thank you. For those of you that don't know we exist or wonder what our focus is, I'm going to spend a brief minute to fill you in. Our focus and mission as a booster club is to provide any funding necessary to support athletics and the student athletes at Michigan City High School. This could be everything from equipment to uniforms, support of senior nights, or financial support to offset costs for teams and athletes heading on to semi-state and state. Additionally, we focus on supporting and promoting city pride within the high school as well as within the Michigan City High School community. Since 2017, the Michigan City High School Athletic Booster Club has provided roughly $60,000 in donations to fund everything from baseball helmets to softballs to swim timer repair, clock repair, to gymnastics mats, as well as wrestling uniforms or basketball uniforms. We have tried to help every team that we can and that has made a request to the Michigan City High School Athletic Booster Club. So what can you do to help us? Follow us on Facebook. We try and post everything we can about every sport contest that there is. We will try and find pictures, support our student athletes, provide information on when seniors are doing signing day. We will let you know if kids are part of DACL conference teams or any specialties that we need to promote. We also let you know about changes in dates or any other information that is impacting athletic events, especially now during COVID. Consider being a member. If you are not a member, the memberships are $20. You get a membership discount card. And if you would like an application, please message us through the Facebook app. We will send you one electronically. All we ask is that you help us support our student athletes and our athletic teams at Michigan City High School. We've got a great bunch of kids. All they want to do is play sports, and the best we can do is help them do that. So thanks for your time. Thanks for your support. Come join us. We're a good group of people. We're trying to get stuff done. And in the end, all we want to say is go Wolves. Thank you.
Hi everybody, Mike Megacy here, head girls basketball coach at Michigan City High School. As completing my 12th year this year as head girls basketball coach, it was a very gratifying and very successful season. Dealing with COVID, as everybody had to in all sports programs, it made it difficult. It also made it very special. As for our season, we started off the season 7-0. 2-0 in the DAC, playing great. And then we got hit with COVID, not once, but twice. And this really put us back considerably. Along that time, we lost some players to injuries. We lost some players whose families just decided it was in their best interest not to participate, not to take the chance of getting COVID. And of course, we respect all those families and all those players for doing what they thought was best for their families in a situation that we were in. And we kept on pushing along with the players that we had, and I thought it was highly successful. We finished the year with a record of 11-8. Again, we started 7-0, but we struggled a little bit going through COVID. And all in all, a very good season for us. I'm very proud of everybody involved in the program. My coaches, David Smoot, Sarah Krasinski, Albria Clifton, Dan Combe, our athletic department, Craig Shaman, Deanna Sterlinski, Mike Karpinski, Roy Richards, our administration, Julie Fergine, and our superintendent, Dr. Barbara Eason Watkins, and Dr. Wendell McCullum. Thank you for all your support for our team and our program this year. As for our 4 seniors, again, Trinity Thompson, Caitlin Halfacre, Sativa Santana, Mary Pat Kelly, highly successful seniors on and off the court. Mary Pat Kelly, all academic, all state. Trinity Thompson, all state and a member of the Indiana All-Star team. Caitlin Halfacre was all area, and both those girls finished with over 1,000 points, being Trinity and Caitlin. Sativa Santana, she was injured in our game on November 25th against Portage. She never returned to the court. That was a big loss for our program, without a question, not just her ability to play basketball, but her leadership on the floor. All in all, guys, I was very, very pleased with what we were able to achieve. And our award winners this year, our most valuable player was Trinity Thompson. Congratulations to Trinity for that award. And our Wolf Award winner went to Mary Pat Kelly, and our most improved player, Tiaja Mitchell. Again, very proud of everything we've been able to accomplish in the girls basketball program over several years. The sportsmanship on and off the court is noticed by coaches and officials alike, and that is something we are very proud of and will continue to build on and continue to be successful with the Michigan City girls basketball program. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and go Wolves!
Hey MCHS, this is Coach Deutscher, here to present the season end awards for wrestling. I would like to congratulate all athletes, coaching staff, faculty, and family members for making it through such a challenging year. Jumping right into it, we had 7 wrestlers earn a varsity letter this year. Our captains were sophomores and only their 2nd year of wrestling. Dane Canola and Jack Barnes were 2 guys that showed up on time every day and helped lead our team through the daily grind with great attitudes and effort. Our season's most valuable wrestler was junior Jordan Watkins. He earned a trip to regionals and battled injuries as he wrestled a tough conference schedule which included 4 opponents who placed in the state tournament. Jordan's natural athleticism, along with his growing passion for the sport, helped him earn back-to-back trips to regionals. Our Wolf Award goes to Aiden Coyle. Aiden's energy and attitude are a constant in the wrestling room. His grit and determination are unmatched, and I look forward to his continued progress in wrestling and in life. Other wrestlers receiving a varsity letter are junior William Bushkirk, freshman Thomas Farrell, and freshman Jai Tucker. I'd like to thank our varsity managers, Christina Quinn and Sage Middleton, who help keep us organized and on track. Their tasks are often thankless, but they really help our program and student athletes. Lastly, I want to thank our assistant coaches Josh Allen and Steve Albano. Their help does not go unnoticed. Their efforts and energy help our student athletes become more successful on the mat and in life. Thanks again for all your support, and we look forward to seeing you back in the stands next year.
Hi, my name is Ashley Koza and I am the girls gymnastics coach. So this season was incredibly different in every way imaginable. Obviously, we had different things going on with COVID and precautions and just trying to make sure that everything was safe. And honestly, we are just really thankful that we were even able to have a season. To start off, personally for us, we had an incredibly small team, which was one of our biggest challenges this season. Our main competitors were Megan Painter, Michaelan Jenks, Jocelyn Romero, and Kylie Harrison. Serenity Brown also joined us towards the end of our season, and although she wasn't able to compete, she was still a great source of encouragement and humor whenever we need her. So, being a small team of only 4 competitors wasn't easy on my gymnasts. They were competing every single meet despite injuries, mental blocks, frustrations, fears, and some illnesses, thankfully not related to COVID. There were no alternates, no backups, just these 4 competitors. Basically, it was all or nothing. These girls had an incredible team dynamic and attitude. They constantly were encouraging each other and building each other up, giving pep talks, sharing tips that could help. One of the biggest things that we worked on this year was working on our strength and flexibility, which we saw huge improvements in these areas. But the biggest thing was that we just had fun. There was never a moment where these girls weren't dancing or singing or being silly. And despite all of that, they were still working their hardest and giving it their all. So our Wolf Award recipient is Jocelyn Romero. So Jocelyn is really special because she only started doing gymnastics last year, which gymnastics is an incredibly difficult sport to walk into as a high schooler. Typically, you have to start training your body from a very young age, but Jocelyn never lets this stop her. She's one of the hardest workers that I have ever coached, and seeing her accomplish so many incredible things has truly been such a joy. She's easily the most selfless and dedicated gymnast that I have ever encountered. She's not only one of my hardest workers at practice, but she's the first to volunteer to help with equipment. She is the first to kind of go and try to encourage anybody else that's having a difficult time, no matter how she's feeling herself. She also conquered so many fears this year without much hesitation at all. She was able to go out and compete in 2 events that really challenged her, and she was dedicated and worked hard every single practice to be able to go out there and do her best for her team. So we can't wait to see how much she grows next year and where next season will take her. As for our MVP, we have chosen Kylie Harrison. So Kylie is one of the best people I have ever known. She is selfless, she's responsible, she's caring, she's determined, she's a natural leader, and she came to every single meet prepared and ready to go. If we asked her to do something at practice, not only would she do it, but then she would say, okay, so now what? She always encouraged her teammates to work hard and be their best, but she also did this just by leading by example. She was the foundation of our team this past season, and every single girl on our team not only looked up to her, but also worked harder because of her leadership. Unfortunately, Kylie did get injured during our second to last practice and wasn't able to compete in the sectional, but she still showed up ready to go. She encouraged her teammates to be their best the entire time. Not once did I ever see her being upset for herself or what she was missing out on as a senior. Instead, she shifted her entire attention to her team, and that's exactly what a true leader and a captain does. So we can't wait to see where her life takes her next, and I know that wherever it may be, it's going to be great.
Greetings, Michigan City sport fans. Congratulations to the 2020-2021 winter sports programs for competing their season this year and having success along the way despite all of the encumbrances that we experienced. I'd like to give special recognition to Mr. Shaman, Mr. Karpinski, Mr. Edwards, our athletic directors, for their cooperation in helping us. Mrs. Strelinsky, the athletic director secretary, who's been very influential in helping with paperwork, working through the IHSAA, and answering questions that I needed to be answered. Also like to thank our meet management team, who did our timing, our announcing, meet setup, and our trainers, Molly and Sarah, for being there and helping us out anytime we had any questions and keeping us on track with records of our children. I'd like to recognize Coach Bruce Pawlowski, our diving coach, who this year had tremendous success, advancing Sarah Weber to the diving regionals and advancing Josiah Weber to the diving regionals and eventually into the state competition. Nate Quinlan, who has joined us this year as our assistant coach, who will be taking over for me next year, will be running the program, and it was very, very nice to have him on board and break him in. His input has been really great and continued success for you and the team. This time our girls program. The girls team ended up with a 7-6 record. We were 2 wins and 5 losses in the DAC. Of course, 6 of our losses came at the hands of most of the DAC schools. We finished 6th in the DAC. In sectionals, we were 4th. Diving regional, Sarah Weber made top 4, advanced to diving regional. She took 13th. Did not advance the state. However, she did set a school record of 388 points, set at the Mishawaka Invitational for 11 dives. Congratulations, Sarah. Hopefully next year you get the 6 dive record. This time we'd like to introduce our team themselves. 2 seniors this year, Emily Gross and Aaron McGuire, will be our captains, represented with the Captain's Awards. Our juniors are Sarah Weber, Emma Heitman, Valeria Saavedra, and Selah Van Buskirk. Our sophomores, Sophia Piassisi and Isabella Garcia. Our freshmen, Angelina Duenas, Juliana Williams, Erin Piassisi, and Tatiana Miller. We had 7 swimmers and 5 divers. It was a small team. They did pretty good. Our record indicated that we could have probably done better with more people, but I'm very happy and proud that the girls performed the way they did and dropped times at sectionals. Even though we didn't have our rests in sectionals because of the weather, the season ended up pretty good. Our award winners this year was a rough decision to make. Our Wolf winner, Valeria Saavedra, for her continued working through with problems going through therapy. And our MVP, Emily Gross, who's been our distance swimmer for 4 years. Hard to fill a spot like that, and we wish them best. Sarah Weber was also our advanced on, but no award winner except for having us being recognized at an advancement at state level for Michigan City. Moving along to the boys program. Boys program ended up at 7 wins and 6 losses also. In the DAC, we were 3 and 4. We finished 5th in the DAC. In sectional, we had an outstanding meet. Ended up in 3rd place with 7 swimmers and 2 divers. In diving regional, Josiah Miller qualified 4th to advance out of sectionals to the regional. At regional, he placed 7th. Top 8 advanced to state. At state, he ran into some tough competition and ended up 27th, 2nd year in a row he made it to state. He'll be missed next year, but junior Reagan Hendricks will be taking over in that spot. So here we go. Our seniors this year, Hattie Aki, Luke Heitman, and Josiah Miller will be recognized as our captains. Our juniors, Justin Kemp, Christian McDaniel. Our sophomores, Reagan Hendricks also goes along with the juniors. Sophomores, Jason Kemp, and freshman Maxwell Mukwe and Malachi Sayuda. Again, these were even smaller numbers in the girls. We had 7 swimmers and 2 divers, and in most teams that we went to, they'd bring in anywhere from 25 to 30 people per team. I'm very happy with the boys to perform the way they did. We had an outstanding sectional. It was really, really exciting to see that despite all the conditions that we went through and no spectators allowed. Let's get into the awards at this stage. Our Wolf Award goes to an individual that we refer to as the Iron Man. Yes, that is Josiah Miller. He swam, he dove. At the end of the year, he ended up filling 4 events and helping us go into 3rd place at sectionals. He'll be missed for next year. And we'd like to emphasize at this stage that, Reagan Hendricks might be filling in for him, but we'll need some more people to come out. Our MVP for the season, Luke Heitman, seasoned swimmer. Congratulations, record holder. I've been to state a couple times. Outstanding character, leader on the team, communicative, and very helpful. going to miss these seniors next year, which puts us down at about 6 kids. So hopefully there will be some people come around. I was nominated by my peers at our sectional meet at Hobart as Sectional Coach of the Year. Thank you, coaches, for that. It's a nice way to end the season. It's a nice way to end the career. At this point, I would like to thank Michigan City area schools, the opportunity to coach there, to represent you, to be an ambassador in the athletic program. I challenge all the athletes, especially swimmers, to be the best you can, to set your goals, and to remember that it's not over till it's over. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much for your time, cooperation, and best of luck for us.
My name is Beth Penfold. I'm one of the coaches for the cheer program. The other coach is Abby Vidito, and together we both coach junior varsity and varsity cheer. And so I would like to start by saying that I know this is the Winter Sports Awards, but we did get started in the summertime, last summer. We had virtual tryouts due to COVID, but these girls have been doing this for 9 months, almost 9 months probably. So just to get started, quite honestly, on the COVID topic, our duties as the cheer team for MCHS is to cheer for all the football games, all girls basketball games, well, girls home basketball games, boys home basketball games, and some additional basketball games in there, community events, school events, and then we also compete. So this year, competitions didn't happen. Pretty much all events were canceled. So quite honestly, I think the biggest highlight of our year for these girls is that they persevered through all of the unknowns and disruptions that COVID brought. Being such a long year and we couldn't do the things we normally do, we get very excited about competing. You know, we spend a lot of time improving our skills, coming up with routines, practicing, and then actually competing. You know, that's a large part of what we love about cheer, in addition to cheering for the game. So that big part was taken away. Not to mention the events, which also just makes it fun. So we strictly basically cheered for games, which on top of that, some were canceled for them as well. And again, a lot of unknowns. They all still did a great job. They also had to wear masks while cheering, which is very hard. I think they got used to it a little bit maybe, but they exerted a lot of energy with cheering. They're stunting, throwing girls in the air, tumbling, yelling. It was hard to do while wearing a mask. So it was just a challenging year, and I think they all did great. So with that said, that I think was our biggest highlight, and I thank every single one of them for keeping a positive attitude, still giving 100%, and still having fun with it no matter what. It was just something we had to deal with, and hopefully next year is more normal. So from there, I would like to recognize our junior varsity team. I'll just announce their names. The first one is Taya Jones. I would like to mention she's a senior, and it was her first time ever doing cheer, and it was great to get to know her, but she will be done, so we wish her luck going forward. Then we had Mariah Corley, Alexis Gibson, Alyssa Woolham, Kara Newson, Alanea Birdsong, Marissa Mantle, and Denasia Hendon. So thank you, girls. Hope to see you guys next year. Hopefully it's more normal. But thanks again. Good job. On to our varsity team. I'll start with our seniors, because it's always bittersweet to see them go. I will say that I think pretty much this whole entire team has cheered for most of their life. they've grown up in the Pop Warner organization, and they pretty much all cheered together. So it really is hard to see the seniors graduate and leave us, because we will miss them, and it's just like a piece of growing up. You know, you're moving on to the next phase of your life, and we'll miss them because they bring a ton of laughter to the team and a lot of skill, and they'll be hard to replace for sure. So our seniors on varsity this year are Jada Vidito, Diavion Whiting, and Rayasia Woodard. So good luck, girls, in everything you do, and we'll miss you so much. The rest of the team, we have Tessa Vidito, Kara Cannon, Sierra Dabney, Kira Smith, Hallie Hood, Deja Garner, Ariana Ware, and Emily Buskirk. So great job this year, girls. Really appreciate the dedication and, you know, sticking through everything. And again, here's to next year. We're gonna have a more normal year. I could see it. On to our awards, our special awards, our MVP and Wolf Award. So starting with I'll start with our MVP award. This person is a major contributor to our team. She will definitely be hard to replace. Just her knowledge in cheer, about stunting, her strength. Without her, we wouldn't be able to attempt new things and continue to do more difficult stunts. She's a great person, and like I said, she'll be hard to replace skill-wise. And our MVP is Kira Cannon. So congratulations to you, Kira. We really appreciate your dedication to the team and your hard work that you give all of the time. Our Wolf Award goes to someone who is just overall a great teammate. She's great at cheer, but she's also just a good person outside of cheer, inside of cheer. She's sweet, she's respectful, kind, she's funny, and you know, she always keeps a positive attitude no matter what's going on in cheer or outside of cheer, and you know, we really appreciate that too. So she's grown a lot in the last few years, and we're excited to give this award to Sierra Dabney. So congrats to you, Sierra, on being the Wolf Award recipient. So I think that's it. Congrats to all the teammates for making it through this difficult year, and congrats to Kira and Sierra, and we'll miss her.
Hello, Wolves. Coach Wells here. Time for the 2021 Virtual Winter Awards presentation for boys basketball. Been a real different kind of year. That's easy to say. Probably a year that will forever be remembered as the COVID year. Everything from playing games with fans to playing games with no fans, playing games with just your family, playing games if you're anybody that can get their name on the list can get into the games. It's just been a real different kind of year. We even had a 1 week shutdown when we had some COVID tracing situations going on, and fortunate enough to get all our games in. Had to have some replacement games, but didn't lose any games like a lot of teams did. Boys basketball team got off to a great start. I think we won 9 out of our first 10 games, and 11 out of our first 14 games. During that stretch, the first 2 games of the year, we came out of the gate, scored over 100 points 2 games. I think we were leading the state in scoring after the first 2 games, averaging 108 points a game. So Wolves 84 Fast was in full effect during that time. we won the holiday tournament. We kind of resurrected the Michigan City holiday tournament, and we were able to beat New Prairie in the championship game of that. So kind of a great way to wrap up the year 2020 with that holiday tournament championship, and even crack the state's top 20. I think when we were 11-3, we climbed up the polls to a top 20 ranking. At the end of the season, after a real difficult February, we battled some injuries and real difficult February. At the end of the season, we drew Culver Military Academy. We beat them in the first round of the sectional, advanced to the semifinals, and then got beat by the eventual sectional champion, South Bend Riley. Just weren't able to get over the hump there against a real talented, Riley team, obviously led by, senior all-star Blake Wesley. So we finished the season 13-11. We say goodbye to a bunch of great seniors. It was a big senior group: Evan Bush, Tahari Watson, Jordan Hess, Shelly Miller, Warren Sales, Javon Hodges, Jose Jenkins, manager Kenya King. Those kids are going to be hard to replace, and certainly will miss them. As far as our awards and some of the individual recognitions that happened at the end of the year, Omarion Hatch and Jamie Hodges were recognized by the Duneland Athletic Conference as all conference selections. Jamie went on to be selected as the LaPorte County Player of the Year, and then the Indiana Basketball Coaches Association selected him to an all-state recognition. And as a sophomore, that's a fantastic award. As far as our two awards go, the Wolf Award and the MVP, we didn't have to go far. The same guys. Omarion Hatch will be this year's Wolf Award winner, and Jamie Hodges was named by his teammates as the team MVP. So I want to thank everybody for supporting us. Another successful year for Wolves 84 Fast, and looking forward to next year, and maybe this off season we'll get back to what we think is normal. Get a good off season and a summer in, and be ready to go next year. Thanks, Wolves. See you next winter.